Hello everyone, in today's video I am going to show you how we can set up and configure remote help in Microsoft Intune. So before starting, let's understand in simple word what is remote help. So remote help is basically a Microsoft Intune add-ons which is now included in your EMS E3 and E5 license, and which is a kind of tool that helps your Intune admin or IT support person to see your computer screen, and if you allow it, they can control your computer remotely to help fix problem. Think about a scenario: you have a problem with your work laptop, you contact an IT support team, and the IT technician sends your remote help session, and you approve the connection, and the technician can see your screen. They can take control your mouse and keyboard only with your permission and troubleshoot issue without being physically present. So this is a very powerful tool when it comes to troubleshooting in the enterprise environment. Nowadays, we are using a lot of tools in the enterprise environment like LogMeIn, AnyDesk, TeamViewer, BoomGar. There are so many tools available, and those all are paid services. Now, because remote help is already included in your E3 and E5 license, it's time to migrate from those paid services to this Intune remote help tool. So let's see how we can set up and configure the remote help tool. Now I am on my Intune portal. First of all, we have to make sure that we have the Intune add-ons added in your Intune portal. And to verify this, you have multiple options. You can go to the tenant administration, and within the Intune add-ons, if you go to the capabilities, now you can see that the remote help is also active. And when this is active, it means you have the remote help and you can start configuring it and using it. Other way to check this, if you go to the user and select any user, let me select the this Chandra account, and if you go to the license, and if you select your Microsoft 365 E5 license, and if you are able to see this, it means now you can start setup and configuration and start using this remote help in the production environment. Now, before moving to that, let me go to the device and just want to show you that if I select the device, and for demo purpose, what I will do, I will use this machine. And if you open this machine, you can see that the new remote assistance session is now disabled, because as of now we have not configured the remote help in the environment. That is why this option is grayed out. Now let's see how to configure this option. So to do this, we have to again go to the tenant administration, and then we have to go to the remote help. And now here we have monitor option, setting option, and remote help session option. So we have to start with the setting option. And then first thing that we have to do, we have to configure it, because you can see that now here the remote help is still not enabled and it is showing disabled. So we have to configure it, and then we have to enable this option. And the next option is allow remote help to unenrolled devices. So you have two options: either you can allow or you can deny it. So based on the requirement, if you want to take the control of unenrolled devices, you can allow it or you can deny it. For now, I am going to allow it, because in the future video, I am going to show you how you can take control on unenrolled devices. So now the third option is disable chat. So you have yes or no option. Do you want to disable the chat or no? So by default is set to no, which is a good idea. It means you want to enable this feature in remote help, and then click on save. And now you can see that remote help is now allowed, and it is also showing as disable chat is set to no. It means you can start chatting with the requester. And now if again you go to the devices and click on the device again and select the same device, now you can see that the new remote assistant session is activated. And if you click on this, now you can see that now you can start using the remote session to take the control of this machine. Now the second step is to make sure that you have a proper RBAC in place. So to do this, you have to again go to the tenant administration, and if you go to the roles, and by default we have a role, inbuilt role, which is called as remote help operator. And if you click on this in the property, and if you go down, we can see that we have a permission called remote help permission. And on this, we already have a elevation permission, full control permission, view screen, and Android unattended control permission. So based on your requirement, if you want, you can create a separate role, and then you can assign the role according to your requirement. For this demo purpose, I am not going to create a role, but it's a good idea in production environment to set up a separate role for separate team so that you can control who will do what using the remote help. Now the next step what we have to do, we have to deploy the remote help agent on all the devices. So there are multiple ways to do this, and because I have the Intune EMS E5 license, that is why I can use a new feature called Enterprise App Catalog. And to do this, we have to go to the application and select the Enterprise App Catalog feature. And then we have to just search for that particular application and deploy it. So if you are not on the E5 license, if you are on the E3 license, then you have to create a Win32 application and deploy it. Because I have the E5 license, that's why I can select this and then I can deploy it without doing any extra effort. So let me click on this, let me click on this, and we have two options. Either you want to automatically update or you want to update with supersedence. So let me go with the default setting and then click on next, and then click on next, 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 and then you have to assign based on the requirement. So for now, I am going to assign to the all devices and click on next and click on add application. Now we have successfully created and deployed the remote help application on all the devices, and it will take some time to install that application on the target devices. So we also need to make sure that we properly configure the Windows firewall to allow the remote help respective EXEs. So basically these are the three EXEs which we need to allow in the firewall so that it will not cause any issues while using the remote help. After some time, we can see that the remote help application is successfully installed on this device. And now let's see how we can take the control of this machine using the remote help. Now this is my Hyper-V machine, and let's see how we can take the control from Intune portal. So we have to go to the devices and we have to select the device. So let me go to the Windows device, and this is my device. And now what we have to do, we have to click on the three dots and we can see that new remote assistance session. And then we just need to click on continue. And now we can see that user is getting an option to open the remote help notification. They need to open the remote help and sign in with the organization account. At the same time, we also need to open the remote help tool and then click on continue. We also need to sign in with the organization account and just provide the email ID and password. And now you have an option to take a full control or view screen. Let me take a full control. User need to respond whether they're allowing to take a full control. So we have to scroll down and we can allow or decline. Let me allow it as an user. And now we can see that we can take the control, and you can see that user can also cancel the control at any point of time. We can also send a chat message. So you can see that, and you can see hi, and user can also type something called hello, and you can chat with it. And you can also see a message is received here as in from user to the admin. So this is how you can take the control. You have lot of options in top, and then you can stop the control, or user can also cancel the control. And when user is doing the cancel control, now you can see that control cancel, screen sharing only, and now you can request for control again. And here you can see that user is getting an option to allow the control, and then they can start doing the work. And once you have done with your job, you just need to leave the session. And then from here, you can see that session is now ended, and you can close the session as an user. And now your screen session is also now ended. You can close this entirely. So this is how you can take the control from Intune on any machine if you already configured the remote help. And we can also see that in the device action state, remote help launch is completed successfully. And if you go to the tenant administration and go to the audit logs, now we can see that here, create remote session help, and the started remote session help, and the and remote session help. So everything logged under the audit logs for your future reference. So that's all I want to show you in this video, how you can set up and configure the remote help in the Intune portal. And in the next few videos, I'm going to talk about the other aspects, like how you can create a custom RBAC for remote help, how you can set up conditional access policy for remote help, etc. etc. So that's all for this video, and I will see you soon in my next video.